Welcome to the School of the Environment. My name is Nicole Spiegeler. I'm a teaching professor with the school and with Trinity College. I've been teaching in the Trinity One sustainability stream for the past couple of years, where we've been able to develop some fun student research projects here on our campus, at the UTSC Edible campus, and with different partners throughout our community. A lot of these projects surround the broad topic of food systems. So I've had students working on projects ranging from the soil science of a regenerative farm to urban agricultural crop diversification for Toronto immigrants. As for my own research, I tend to combine the biophysical sciences, social sciences, and Indigenous knowledge in some way towards sustainability issues. For example, I've been working with the James Bay Cree for a number of years. And in one project, I look at the relationship between mental wellness and traditional foodways on the land, so hunting or harvesting. And in that project, I would interview traditional healers, psychiatrists, and people who go out and hunt at seasonal camps to understand their lived experiences. And I would also do some biological analysis of the diet, to understand how that translates into neurobiological function. That's a little bit about me. I would like to hear more from you, so please do seek me out. We understand that you are entering your program at a very unique time in history, and you're facing a lot of practical challenges and daunting global sustainability issues. So know that we're here for you, and we're in this together to develop the skills that you need to make positive change and to have a little bit of fun doing it. I look forward to meeting you, and I wish you all the best.
Hi, I'm Nyle Rawlinson. I'm an assistant professor in ecology and evolutionary biology in the School of the Environment, and I study how ectothermic vertebrates are impacted by long-term environmental change.
Hi everyone, welcome to the School of the Environment. My name is Vianney Leos Barajas, and I'm a professor in the School of the Environment and primarily in the Department of Statistical Sciences. So I just wanted to welcome you all, tell you a little bit about my research. This is me on a research visit in the Galapagos Islands with Dr. Alex Hearn and a Galapagos sea lion that was helping us out that day. So I work on ecological statistics, and a lot of it is to do with the study of animal movement. I also do a lot of work with sharks, so shark statistics, what I'm calling it now. And I get to work with all types of shark data for all types of shark problems for conservation. Primarily in statistics, I work with a class of models that are called Markov switching models. There's a lot of really cool statistical problems that we can tackle, and this helps with learning about animal behavior, learning about how animals use the landscape, learning about how condition affects their movements. So two of the big projects that I have coming up are creating generative models of animal movement. How can we create realistic models of how animals actually move and use the landscape? It's very challenging, but it's a super open area of research, and there's a lot of fun to be had. I'm also working on a cool project that combines machine learning and probabilistic models for eagle conservation in Canada. And as you can see in the frame here, we have two eagles that we would hope to detect on this camera. Sometimes it detects a bird, but then sometimes it will say it's a frisbee, right? So how can we use statistics to help identify eagles in cameras? So a lot of the work that I do is very highly interdisciplinary. There's a lot of collaborative projects. And of course, in the School of the Environment, we're going to launch environmental data science. So if this is something of interest to you, please reach out, and welcome again.
Hello, everyone. My name is Professor Greene. I am cross-appointed in the School of Environment and the Department of Political Science. I study climate change, carbon markets, non-state actors, all kinds of stuff. I'm teaching two great courses this fall, International Environmental Politics, ENV 322. In that class, we learn about all things global and environmental. So we look at what is international environmental law, what does the UN do vis-a-vis global environmental problems, who are the actors involved, how does civil society help or hinder progress on global environmental problems, what is the role of the firm, the state. We're going to have a whole bunch of speakers zooming in from around the globe to talk about things like fossil fuel divestment, pipelines, the UN Environment Program, you name it, we got it. And then my other class is called The Planet's Last Frontiers. That's offered in the Political Science Department. And that is a seminar for fourth year students that looks at all of the places in the world that are not under the sovereign control of states. So it's a really cool class. We study all of the rules and regulations governing Antarctica, the high seas, the deep seabed, and even the moon and outer space. So it's lots of fun, super interesting stuff. I myself work mostly on the role of non-state actors in global governance, environmental governance, and specifically climate change and carbon markets. And that's it. That's me. I'm excited to launch this new virtual world with you guys. I hope to see you on a screen sometime soon. And in the meantime, welcome to the school. Thanks. Bye.
Hello, I'm Miyaway. Welcome to what promises to be a fascinating year at the School of the Environment here at the University of Toronto. Broadly speaking, my area of research is religion and environment. We're at a time in our history when all hands are needed on deck to offer wisdom, creativity, and inspiration in dealing with the climate crisis. One of the emerging and increasingly important voices in this area is that of faith-based actors. But what do religions tell us about how we should interact with the environment? What do religions teach us about how to think about consumption? What values motivate people of faith to engage in pro-environmental behaviors? How do these values come into being, and how do they evolve over the course of history? These are some of the questions that I'm thinking about in my research program, and if they're of interest to you, be in touch. Let's have a conversation and see where it goes from there. In the meantime, I wish you all a healthy and successful year. Bye for now.
My name is John Robinson. I'm a professor in the Munk School of Global Affairs and Public Policy and the School of the Environment. I do research in 5 main areas. The first is sustainability of the built environment at both the urban scale and the building scale. For example, I'm a principal investigator of a project called Practicing Wellbeing in the Built Environment, a 3-year project looking at the relationship of human well-being to the characteristics of the built environment in several buildings around Toronto. I was also a principal investigator of Meeting the Climate Change Challenge, where we spent about 8 years looking at climate action in 11 leading British Columbia communities to try and extract examples of good practice and lessons learned over time in implementing climate action. The second area is evaluating the sustainability of urban transition labs and climate action projects, large-scale projects and small-scale projects at 3 tiers. The process tier, fairness, equity, inclusion, etc., a tier on the outcomes, the immediate effects and outcomes, sustainability related of the projects, and the longer term issue, tier 3, which is does the project contribute to sustainability transitions at a larger scale. Third area is participatory backcasting, a form of future studies in which we engage citizens to explore the feasibility of sustainable futures at the urban scale. What kind of city do they want to live in, and how do we get there from here? The fourth is the role of universities in the sustainability transition. Universities adopting campus as living lab projects, where you treat the whole campus as an opportunity to study, test, implement, and learn about sustainability at an operational level. The university as agent of change, developing partnerships with the public sector, the private sector, and civil society, and curriculum innovation, where we make sustainability available to all students at the university, no matter what program they're in. And finally, art and sustainability. With my colleague David Maggs, I published a book in February called Sustainability in an Imaginary World, Art and the Question of Agency. And we tried to develop an approach to art and sustainability that was not instrumental. It's not about trying to use art to convince people to behave differently, but trying to use art as a way to explore fundamental reconceptualizations and reconfigurations of the world around us. Thanks very much.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Kate Neville, and I'm joining you for this virtual graduate orientation at the School of the Environment from a little cabin up in the far northwest corner of British Columbia, close to a town called Atlin. We're here on Taku River Tlingit territory, and it's a place where my work in environmental politics really takes a bit of a personal turn. So my work generally is in global environmental politics. I work mainly in political economy and social movements. And I'm split in my appointments between the School of the Environment and the Department of Political Science. So you can see that political science angle coming in. My work mostly focuses on contentious energy politics. So looking at things like debates over biofuels or over hydraulic fracturing and what that means for the environment and for the people whose communities are affected. At the School of the Environment, I tend to teach at the graduate level one of our core courses in the collaborative specialization program. Some of you I hope I will see this fall, and some of you I might already have met. And I tend to teach domestic and international environmental policy at the undergraduate level. So I look forward to meeting all of you virtually, at least for now, and hopefully before long in person. All the best as you start your new school year.